Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to my channel. And to about 1915. That picture laying over there is of, well, the one in the middle, dead set middle, is my great-grandmother. And the one that you see to the left of her is my great-great-grandmother. And then the rest are my great-great-aunts. But, yeah, I'm put circa on there because I'm not 100% sure if that's the right year. I know about what year my grandfather was born, and he was already born when this picture was taken, but he was pretty young. And I'm going to talk to my dad's cousin Joyce. Yeah, she's still alive, and I can still talk to her and find out for sure what year it is, but I think it's pretty close. Um, my dad's dad was 15 years older than her dad. And then she wasn't the first child born. So there is an age gap there between my dad and her. And so she's not a whole lot older than I am. I think maybe 10, 12 years, something like that. So yeah, I'm going to talk to her. I don't know a whole lot about the history on that side of the family because my dad's parents divorced when he was small and he did not grow up around them. His dad wasn't much on visiting either. So, yeah, I didn't meet his dad till I was a teenager, and um, he didn't live really long after that, just maybe a year or two. So I don't know, didn't know him very well or his family. I knew my dad's uncle, her dad, Joyce's dad, a lot better than I did my grandpa because my dad would stop and visit him when we'd go past his store, and we'd just stop in the store and visit. Um, this quilt piece of paper, I had it last week and I told you I think it was my mind's eye, but it is Simple Stories. And I also said I had some left over for another layout. And this is a layout. I thought I'd do it differently and do the diamond shape. And here for a split second, I thought I'd go ahead and do the squares because I thought I just don't have enough to do the way I was thinking. And then I thought, well, if I matted the photo and I moved over to the right a little bit, I might have enough. And I end up with a few left over doing it that way. But I am going to have to cut pieces apart and fit them together since it is a diamond look. And yeah, I made a few mistakes along the way and had to move stuff around and even pieced one of the squares back together. But it gets done in the end. Let's just put it that way. It does get done in the end. But I leave it all in so y'all can watch and see the mistakes that I made. But I'll probably be talking and I won't be pointing them out. Not on purpose. You see my little journaling square over there? I used my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter. And I have used it before, but I was very unhappy with the results. It didn't type well. Sometimes I'd have to retype. Anyway, I'd sat there for a while now, and I thought, I am going to try to do the one finger technique because, when I'd have to back up and try to go over the top of it, it wouldn't be centered. It wouldn't be over the top very well at all. And I'd take and hit it pretty hard with one finger. And I thought, well, those looked a little better, even though they were a little off center than the other ones did because they'd look high or low or whatever, and half of it'd be there and half of it wouldn't. Anyway, I'm very pleased with the way it turned out today. Everything looks really good. So if you have troubles with your We Are Memory Keepers typewriter, think about when you're on the laptop, you barely touch it. And when you get on that thing, you've got to push on it pretty good for it to work right. So one finger technique for the typewriter. Even though you can type without looking at the keys, you're going to have to look at the keys. This is where, yeah, see, I cut that one in half. I don't know what I was thinking, so I had to put it back on there. And yeah, I decided to use this half one there rather than the whole one in case I needed it. But like I said, I'm going to have a couple left over and I won't actually need it. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I need yellow on here, so I will have to bring that yellow one that's over there to the left I think I just used partial of it. I think I just used a little yellow square, but I end up adding some yellow over here. Uh, yeah, I'm so close to getting done. I did think about putting like a little border along the edge, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to use along the edge, so I didn't do it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking if I took like try to find some paper that looked like one of those colors, make a thin strip, and then put stitches on it like on the pattern there. I might like that, but I don't know if I'll try it or not. But that's an idea. I am inking everything in Garden. I think it's called Garden. It's an old home, old, close to my heart stamp pad. And I like it because it kind of reminds me of a sage color. It's not too bright a green and it's not too dark and it don't have any blue in it. So I like it real well. And I didn't distress with my distress tool because I thought I'd just do something different on this layout. Um, and see how tall that is? I don't have room for my journaling tag up there. And so I'm going to end up making it shorter. I tried to put it over to the right, the journaling tag, and I didn't like that. And I did just now try to put it on the center of the smokestack, and I liked it just now, but when I was doing it, I didn't. So, but of course, I did put a teapot on there and a loaf of bread, so it may not look as good once I did that. See, I'm going to cut part of this off and just layer it on top of the rest of the smokestack. And it's just going to tuck underneath the journaling. And I'm going to use that stapler to put the journaling on with. And I did put a little bit of adhesive so it wouldn't move when I was trying to staple it. But I'm going to end up covering that staple up. I like the staple. But when I put brads over to the right-hand side and decide I need one more to the left to kind of balance everything out, to repeat it on the left-hand side, I'm going to cover it up. My title, it's going to be the Wallen Gals, even though on my little journaling tag it says Belle and her girls, so that, and I do have them in order, their names in order, and I wanted to make sure my journaling tag wasn't hidden so that when my kids look at it, they realize it wasn't my mom's side of the family, since I have so many of her side of the family pictures and very, very, very few of my dad's side of the family, that I wanted to make sure they noticed it said Sparks on there, because I did put Nora's last name on there and everybody else says Wallen because they weren't married yet. She was the only one married in the bunch at that time. I'm going to use one large and one small brad on the top of this and one large and one small on the bottom. And then on the left-hand side, I am going to put a large one also. My picture I'm going to mount up on foam tape just so that it just raises up a little from the quilt. And I'm really getting close to getting done. Oh, and look, this is a Freckle Fawn doily. I pulled out the round one and I happened to see the square ones and I thought, what if I could nestle that square one in with my quilt? And I can. I mean, I was so tickled that it could nestle right in there. And so that's what I'm doing. And I cut that little chunk off because I figured you can't see it. And I can use it on something else probably. But I pulled out the T-square ruler too. I'm not that good at getting everything straight, even with the T-square ruler. So I went ahead and used it to make sure it was a little bit straight. I thought about inking the doily, and that's why you see the ink, and then I changed my mind. I said, no, I think I'm just going to leave it white. Here I'm trying to decide which one, and the one I picked looks like a marbleized stone, something with marble cracking or veins in it. I think maybe they might look a little more like cracks in it, but I thought it'd go, since it was green, it'd go really well with everything else. And I thought the stove looked kind of plain on the bottom, so I pulled out the butter churn, and I did mount it on white cardstock so that I could add some dimension behind it and it wouldn't be flat against the wood stove. And then I'm going to pull out the egg basket. You can see it over there on the left. And put it right next to it so it won't be by itself there, because I thought it looked a little funny all by itself. But I think that's it. Later, when you see the pictures in a couple of seconds, you will see circa 1915 on there. But I didn't put that on till later when I was taking the pictures. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. If you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. But yeah, that's my layout for the week. Way back when Wednesday, I failed to mention that at the first. But yeah, I hope y'all have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.